Hey everybody, it's Dave here. Welcome to Digital Doxology. And today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to think about the form in your music when you're writing music and how it can help you put your song together. So for today's video, I'm going to focus on two kinds of forms in particular that are easy to start with: ABA form and theme and variations. So let's get started today using form and thinking about the form in our music and how it helps us to compose our music. Let's go. All right, let's get started. Today's video on music composing is covering musical form, ABA, theme, and variations. Oh, and please, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe and ring the little bell so you'll be notified when I put out more videos in the future. It's a couple things to have handy before we get started. A piano keyboard is very handy. Any kind of keyboard you can have, turned on and ready to play. A small notebook to take notes, or you could always pause the video and rewind it and review it that way. And try these on your own. Experiment. You might make mistakes, you might goof up, but that's all part of the process of learning how to make music. So let's get started. Where do I begin to write a song? How do I begin to put a song together? Well, that's a good question. And the answer is going to kind of be easy. You just do it. I know that sounds kind of dumb, but really it's the best way to get started. It's kind of like asking someone, hey, how do I learn to swim? Or how do I ride a bike? Or how do I drive a car? You just have to get behind the wheel. You just have to get on the bike. You just have to do it. And that sometimes is the best way. Having somebody there to help you along is a big help. So with music, it's kind of the same thing. But some of these things you're just going to have to do on your own and just jump in. And what is form, since we're talking about form today? Well, there's different kinds of form. Form is basically the structure of music and the way it's put together. How a song is organized and put together, that's the form. Is there a perfect form in music? Well, no. Form has been something that's been changing over the last thousands and thousands of years. One of the earliest kinds of music was actually just a verse constantly changing. They would sing a verse of a song or play a verse on an instrument, and then it would repeat, maybe with little variations every time. So there are some common forms that are used in music. For example, in musical forms that are very common is the binary form. You have your A theme and then a B theme. So like you have the beginning of the song and then something comes up that's different. So A, B, A, B, A, B. Verse, chorus, for example. Ternary form is kind of the same thing, but a little bit sandwiched. It's the theme A, theme B, and then ends with the theme A. We'll get to that in just a minute. Rondo is expanded on that even more. That's kind of like the classical symphony style of rondo, which is also the same, similar to the sonata form. Then you have theme and variations, where you have a theme, and every time the theme comes in, again, it is changed just a little bit. We're going to talk about that too in just a moment. Pop song form is the song form that's used commonly today. Some of you may be familiar with this. So you have the verse or the intro, then you have the verse or the pre-chorus, chorus, then a pre-chorus, then another chorus and a verse and a bridge and so on. So you usually have a few things that are similar all the time. An introduction, then a verse, then a chorus, then a verse, then a chorus. Sometimes the bridge is added in between the chorus and the verse for the last time. And then you have an ending. That can be a stop or it can be a fade out. But let's start with ABA form. So ABA form is one of the easiest ones to start with. You have a theme. We call it theme A. Then you're going to put something in the middle of it and call it theme B. Then you're going to close your song with theme A again. Kind of like the Batman, then the Joker, and then Batman. Or think of it like an Oreo cookie, where you have the chocolate, then you have the frosting in the middle, Then you have a bottom that's chocolate again. So it's like an Oreo cookie song. So Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star is a very famous song that has ABA form. The first part of the song, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, how I wonder what you are, that's the A part of it. Then the B part of it is in the middle. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Then the A part comes back and repeats. So A, B, A. That's always a good one to start with if you're going to write a song. And I'm going to pause this right here so we can play it on the piano, and you can pause it yourself and practice it. It's a very easy song in the key of C. Another thing I would recommend if you're using this song is try it in different keys. That's a good practice. Play it in C because that's the easiest one, but then try it in the key of D or the key of G or the key of B flat. Then another thing to do with this song is harmonize it, put some chords with it, and try it in different keys. That's a good way to warm up on your pianos. First thing I'm going to do is just play the melody, starting on the C note. So that's the A section. Here comes the B section. Then the A section. Then another thing you could do is to practice the song with some chords, like this. Something like that. And I was changing some chords around, but you can do that. Have fun with it. Try some different harmonies. Try doing it in a minor key. Changes the character of the whole song by taking it and putting it into a minor key, or C minor. There we go. So putting it into a minor key is one nice way to get a variation on that theme and to give it some variety and create some contrast. Theme and variations. One of the most famous theme and variations was composed by Mozart, using the theme for Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Let's listen to a little bit. So your first theme is just the straight theme. Here comes the variation. The theme is still there, but it's being changed. Mozart was famous for doing those kind of things in his music. He would take a simple theme, and then every time he would expand on it and change it and make different variations. He loved to do that. So that's your theme and variations. So theme opens, then you have a variation or variation 1, variation 2, variation 3, and so on. You can keep doing it as many times as you want, but usually you want to close typically they close with the main theme again played just like it was at the beginning to end your song. So a good thing to try is the Row, Row, Row Your Boat. That's another easy song that's easy to play in the key of C. So I'm going to play it on the piano, try it yourself, and then at home try taking the theme and making some variations around the theme. Most of you probably know this song. It's got a real simple melody. Right? Simple melody, kind of easy, fun to play with. Not really a lot of chords there, but you can add some if you want. You could change and put some different harmony in there like this. Right? Or you could put it into a minor key. That would make a nice variation, something like this. So that's a good way to create contrast, create a variation by doing it into a minor key. Or from C minor or C major, you could drop down into A minor. I shifted keys there. I created a variation by starting in A minor and winding up back in C. So you can do different things, play around with it. That's all I just did. I took the melody and kind of played around with it. So have some fun. The variation, though, keeps the same basic melody, but changes something about it each time you do a variation. In my video before, I had a sample song that I created. And this song is in the key of C. And so I created my main theme, or what is sometimes called a motif. A theme and a motif are basically the same thing. The motif in this song starts in the key of C, and then the theme is repeated in the key of D, F major 7th, and G 7th. So each one of those little segments is like a part of the motif. So I created a simple melody in the key of C. And that first part of the melody in C is my motif. It has 8 notes. It has a typical 8th note rhythm there, a similar and consistent rhythm. Then I take that same rhythm and change it to a different key or a different chord. Then I went up to F major 7th and inverted it, went upside down. Let me play that again. There we go. So it sounds like this if I play it with the chords. Now, if I want to do a variation of that melody, one variation I did was put it into C minor. And that creates a contrast because now it's in a minor key, and also makes it interesting because it sounds different even though it's the same melody. You could take the same thing and then do it in a relative minor key, like E minor or A minor. So like I said earlier, play around with it. Have fun. You might make mistakes, you might goof up, but that's all part of making music. And if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button and ring that little bell so you'll be notified when I put out my next videos. Have a great day, and we'll catch you later. Bye.